Hey, I see you're back. Excellent. All right, so you want to learn how to write the equation by reading a graph. Not a problem. You came to the right place. All right, let's get to it. Math is fun. Okay, here we go. Let me get I don't even have my pencil ready. What's going on? All right, so when we write equations by reading a graph or any kind of graph, must understand that this is a linear graph, right? Creates a straight line. And so we write them in the form y equals mx plus b. So to understand that, of course, you should know that this is the slope. This x here is just a variable, okay? And this right here is my y-intercept. I like to think of it as my starting point. That's where I start. That's what the graph starts. Make sure you're writing this down. Remember, just by watching the video, you will forget. So take notes. It'll help you remember, and you'll be able to do your homework, and everything will be a lot easier. And if your teacher lets you use your notes on the test, even better. All right, moving on. So I'm looking at my graph here, okay? So the first thing I want to do is I want to find two lattice points, a minimum of two lattice points. By the way, you see these corners where the x and y intercept? So every corner there, those are called lattice points. But I'm looking for a lattice point that my line intersects, my graph. So does it intersect at a lattice point? And it has to be exactly, not close. Okay, if it's really close by, I'm gonna use that one. No, you're not, because your answer will be skewed. And I can see I have one down here. And as I follow the line here, I have one here. And I have one up here. So I have several. So this is a good line. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to mark them just so that I know where they are. Right here, and right here. All right. Now remember, you can use any of these lattice points. And so this is a simple graph. I can show you both ways of finding this. So let's take a look here. What I'm looking for, well, let me just show you the easy way right now. I'm going to create a slope triangle, which is from one point to the other. The common question that I get here is, how do I know from what point to go? It doesn't matter. I can go from this bottom point to this top point, creating the slope triangle there, or I can go from this one to that one like I'm doing now, or from the first one to the second one. It doesn't matter. You'll get the same answer because those are points on the same line, so therefore they'll give me the same slope. What the slope is just the rate at what this graph is growing. Okay, so let's count. What do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3. So this goes over by 3. And always pay attention to your values here on the x-axis, because they don't always go up by 1, right? And going up, I went up 1, 2. So that right there went up by 2. So remember, when we write our slope is always the change in y over the change in x. That's how you write it. So if this is my y value, this is the one I'm going to put at the top. So let's do that now. 2 over, and the other value was 3. So let's put it there, 3. All right. So right now I have my slope. If it wasn't simplified, if the numbers were bigger, you have to simplify it all the way. So remember that. Now let's find the b value, my y-intercept. Well, simply, I follow my graph until I see it crosses the y-axis. At that very point where it crosses the y-axis, that is my b, the value of b. So in this case, you can see that it's at 2. It's a positive 2. So therefore, when I put in that number, I'm going to put in a 2. All right. So here's my equation. Y equals m, right? M is my 2/3, my slope. X plus, because it's a positive 2, and then just put the 2 there, and voila, you found your equation. All right. Simple enough. It's really that simple. It really is. Okay. So don't overthink it. This is easy stuff. Let's take a look at another one. All right. So here's my line on this one. As you can see, the first thing you need to notice is that line is going down. Why is that important? That means it's going to give me a negative graph, right? Negative equation. So let's go here once again. Y equals mx plus b. All right. So once again, I'm gonna follow my line, looking for some lattice points. Wow, I see quite a few. So here we go. I see one here. I see another one here. See another one here. Hey, that's my y-intercept. Is that one crossing? It doesn't look like it's right on there. Don't want to mess it up. So yeah, it is. It is. And here, which it makes sense if you look at the points that I made. Is I have a 1 point, I skip a line, have another point, skip a line, have another point, skip a line, have another point. So it seems to make sense, right? That these would be actual lattice points. So let's go ahead and find our slope. And a slope triangle, remember, it can be created from any point to the other. So I'm just going to move right here. Let's do it in a different color, right? So it can look nice. All right, we're going to go from here to here, all right? And all I got to do now is count over. How many times did I move over? 2. How many times did I go up? 1. And remember, this one is my y value. So we write them in that format all the time. Y over x. So therefore, I have 1 over 2. I have just found my slope that goes in there. All right. Let's find our b, our intercept. Where is it intercepting? It is intercepting at 4, and that's a positive 4. So there you go. I pretty much have my entire equation. So let's go ahead and write it. Ooh, we'll do it in this colorful one. So we got y equals 1 over 2x plus 4 as our final answer. Oh, I almost messed up. Oh, good thing I caught it. Look at the line. I told you in the beginning, the line is going down, so this is a negative slope. So you need to put a negative symbol in front of that. Oh, I almost messed it up, but I caught it, right? We all make mistakes. So good thing we pointed that out. Always write that. In fact, you might want to make a note in the beginning. All right, let's do one last graph real quick. Let's go. All right, so here's our last one. Let's take a look. Real quick, once again, we have, oops, come on, man. Y equals mx plus b. Let's get this real quick. Follow our line. Let's look for some lattice points. Ooh, we got a lot right here. Actually, lattice points, every single one right there. Awesome. All right. In fact, from the very beginning, that's a lattice point. That's a lattice point. Okay, so every line. So let's take a look now. I'm going to draw my slope triangle from one to the other. But I'm going to focus down here, and as I notice down here, they are going up by 1. If I notice on the side, they are going up by 1. All right, and this one is positive, so we're not going to mess that one up. So we got y equals, and that's 1 over and 1 up. So that one is my top number, 1 over 1. Well, when I have 1 over 1, that's simply just 1, 1x. I'm going to write it all up, and then I'll clean it up. And then my intercept is right here at 0, 0. Well, if it's at 0, 0, when you're first starting out, most people will make this. This is not a mistake. This is just not the way we write it. So the final answer should look like this. Y equals x. Huh. Y equals x. Because the slope is 1 over 1. So it's just 1x. So it goes to the origin. So it doesn't mean I don't have a y-intercept. It means that my y-intercept is 0. I do have a y-intercept. As you can see, it is crossing the y-axis. Okay, so I do have a y-intercept. It is just crossing right there at 0. So there's no need to write a 0 in there. Now, you could write a 1 in front of that x, but you don't have to write a 1x or 1. Because if I do, that just says I have a 1x. The x by itself is just 1x. So no need to. All right. So hopefully these 3 graphs showed you what you need to know to begin writing equations from reading the graph. All right. Thank you so much. Please do not forget to subscribe. I need you guys to support me, please, just like I support you. All right. Hey, thank you guys so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.